Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World. Today I'm showing you a little project that I've made for my customers this month. It's a wee, because it's so close to Halloween and it is the Halloween month, so anybody shop with me was, along with their card and whatever, is going to be getting a wee packet of Skittles done up in this wee parcel. So I just want to show you how I made it. This one I've gone all purples, purple and black, which I think just it's nice for this time of the year. And the other ones I'm going to go with Granny Apple Green. So we'll get started. You're going to need a piece of the plain black card, and it needs to measure 6.5 by 4 1/8. And you're going to need a piece of green, Granny Apple Green. This is from the Brights pack. It is only 6 inches long. You do need slightly longer than that, but I'm going to show you a wee trick to be able to get a bit of more value for your money out of it. So cut yourself a piece of the DSP, just 2 2/8 by 6 inches, and I've added a wee bit of turn tape at both sides. You'll see in a minute why. So get your scoring board out first, and we'll do a wee tiny bit of scoring on this to start the ball rolling. So score on your long side with your fat tool and score it at 2 inches and 5 inches. And that's all you really need to do. While we're here, we actually could, on this one, I went back in and scored it just, I might go back in just and do it whenever we're doing it, because we don't need it all scored, and there's no point in wasting your time. My head just doesn't work the same as everybody else's. So this is your packet. So fold it over. You don't need to fold it too heavy because it's a bulky wee packet of sweets. But do your scoring. Make sure that everything is lining up at both sides, because you're going to join it, and there's nothing worse than seeing an overlap join, you know. So we need to add some turn tape to our packet. So you need one right down one of the sides. So right along your edge. Turn tape, but I like to cut my edge, so I've got a straight edge to start with. And we're going to go down this side as well. These are great wee ways to make a pack. I'm sure you've done these before yourself. It's just this one will fit your Skittles perfectly. So just add your turn tape right down there. And then you need it along one of the sides. So I'm going to, I think I'll do it on the, on this side here. So I'm going to lift the edge of the turn tape just to allow me to stick the other one right on top of it, so that you're not sticking it to the wee film that holds it. So again, just stick it right over the top of that in the corner. And feed it along. Oh, it's sticking to me badly. Oops, a daisy. Right, that should be you. I'll get rid of that before I'm sticking to it. So we have all our basics covered. This is going to close over, and then we're going to wrap our nice DSP around after we get the sweeties in. So we want to pull off one station at a time, and the secret to this is just to pull out a wee bit so that it's sitting out that way, that you'll be able to grip it. Same there, and the same here. We don't want to take all the backing paper off just yet, because if you're anything like me, you'll be right Calamity Jane and make a mess of it. So fold this one over, make sure it's nicely lined up, and crease it along. This one's going to come over. Again, make sure it's nicely lined up. And now we've got space in there to pop our sweets in. Well, actually, I want to pull this one off, pull that down, pull that center one off. So you've now got your wee envelope pouches. Pop those in. And now we're going to have to get this lovely and straight. I've got a bump in there for some reason. Use my bump folder. I don't want any bumps. So hopefully that'll go in better now. Check your sweets so they're evenly distributed so that you know you're not. So pull your sticky tape right the way around and just start in the center and press and bring it out. And that way you'll get a nice little bumpkin back, you rascal. So that's it. That's you done. But on saying that, I got my board out again and I just set this and I lined it up and I just gave them, in fact I used the wee skinny and just to give it wee lines, like wee closure lines, you know, but they're not really doing the job if you had gone and crimped it, but I thought it added to the wee Halloween taste of it, even though it has nothing to do with Halloween other than the limited edition dark Skittles. But if you were getting them for Halloween, you could decorate them up Halloween. Because by the time you see this, Halloween's probably over. Right, you see, that sort of gives it a nice wee finish there. Can you see it? Yes, there. Just about. So do it or don't do it. It's entirely up to yourself. I don't think these things take that long to warn saying, oh, I can't be bothered. It only takes a lack of seconds. I'm really facing against myself here. I need that turned round, but you probably wouldn't see it then. Right, so that's that done. So now we're going to add our nice wee wrap. And the paper I've chosen, I'm using the script side, so make sure that the script's facing the way you want it. So I know it goes like that. I'm going to set it down, and that's going to be upside down, isn't it? But I'll just turn my parcel around. As you can see, it doesn't meet in the middle, and that's the part I wanted to show you. You want to make sure and get this, the first close or opening or sticky edge, I guess talking a foreign language today, just plunk that there so that it's near the middle, and then just wrap. And you can see it nearly comes together, just so close. It's not worth worrying about, you know. You could go and cut into a 12 by 12 inch sheet of your paper just to get that wee extra, and it's not worth it. When you do this, I'm going to show you how to cover. Just make sure that it's nicely lined up. And you only have that wee gap in it, that's it. So it's looking good already, but you don't see that there's, because this is what's covering it. So you need to get yourself your everyday label punch. Punch yourself in the same black card, one of these. And then we're going to do a bit of embossing, so give that a wee rub. Just to stop your embossing powder sticking everywhere. And the stamp set that I'm using is called Meant to Be. I haven't used it for ages. I totally forgot about it, and I noticed it has beautiful wee hearts and this big sentiment here, which I really like because it just fills in that whole block, and it's really nice when you stamp and emboss it with white embossing powder. So that's what we're going to do. So ink that up with your get yourself a wee bit of paper to empty this out on. Of course you need to stamp it first, wouldn't you? So line that up just for you and sort of get it as central as you can. and then put your embossing powder on. Just plain white embossing powder. Black is a nuisance. Keep yourself an old, pardon me, paintbrush and just take away anything that is clinging that you don't want to be clinging. Without removing it from your letters, of course. That's just a wee stubborn bit there. Black is hard to do this in. Very hard. So, I think that's not too bad. There's a few wee bits here and there, but you're not going to notice them. So, get your embossing tool. Let it run for a wee second, and then go straight in, and don't whittle it about. Just, like, hold it. So as you can see, I don't want to melt my embossing powder down below. As soon as you see it taken, then move on to the next bit. If you're getting roasted like I am, use a clothes peg to extend your grip on this. So one more wee bit at the bottom. You can see it taken lovely. And that's you done. Empty your stuff back in. Whoops, and then you have that. So we're going to decorate it up a wee bit. I have nice glitter enamel dots, and we're just going to use the small ones. One in this corner and one in this corner. And then our wee hearts are going to go on once we put this on. So I'm using the larger squares here to put this on. I'm going to put about 3 on just to keep it nice and balanced, because these have to go through the post, so they'll be taking a bit of racking. Now you get that, you'll see that that's going to cover, if you set it, that curved bit in there and there, that covers your split there perfectly, so you wouldn't know that you'd actually used less DSP. So the next stamp we used was this wee one and this one, and I have them both stuck on the block together, simply just to save you a bit of time. Keep all your wee bits and scraps. They're perfect for these wee tiny stamps. No point in wasting a load of good stuff when you've loads of scraps left. I cannot multitask at all. So just press those down together, ink them up together, press them down together, and you get them like that. Now I've went ahead and I've already cut 2 sections out. You need to do that twice. You'll need 2 for each, and I've put a wee dimensional on the back. So you're just hand cutting around those. Really quick and easy, but I'm not going to do it now. I'll only bore you to death. So take your backing off one of the large ones and pop it in here. You'll just feel the dimensional catching behind. Do the same with this one and just kind of overlap them a wee bit. They're cute without being, you know, romantic. They're just nice. Sent with love is what you want to say. Stick that one there and that wee one there beside it. Just overlap them slightly, just gives it a nicer wee edge. And there you have it. 2 nice. That was Granny Apple Green, by the way, which matches all the DSP. So you have 2 nice wee, and you could use them in any combination whatsoever, just decide yourself. Just to say, use your wee what do you call that? Embossing buddy. To use it a bit better than I did there. I haven't cleaned that up very well, but it might scrape off. I will check it out. And a wee tip, if you do get embossing powder on the black, use, oh my goodness, can't remember the name of them wee tiny markers you get. the golfers would use them on their golf balls and stuff. Well, a wee dot of it would, I cannot remember, but if I do, I'll post it on my blog. It removes all the black marks for you perfectly. So that's me. I'll have all the details down below, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.